Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Such a pleasure to be here. I want to certainly thank Hazel Crest for hosting this forum for judicial candidates. As was indicated, my name is Scott Neville, and I am currently a justice who sits on the Illinois Appellate Court in Cook County. I think it's important for me to tell you a few things about myself. I grew up in Chicago. I went to Forestville Grammar School and DuSable High School. I went off to college, and then I graduated from Washington University School of Law. My first job as a lawyer was as a law clerk for an Illinois appellate court justice. That's the reason that I tell people that I have 38 years of appellate experience, because I began my legal career as a law clerk for an Illinois appellate court justice. During the 25 years that I was in private practice, I handled a number of appeals, over 52 appeals. I even handled appeals for the Chicago Transit Authority, and I often tell people that my most impressive case was a case, it's called Barnett versus Daley. My co-counsel was the President of the United States, Barack Obama. After concluding my career as an attorney, in 1999, the Illinois Supreme Court appointed me to the Circuit Court of Cook County. In 2000, ladies and gentlemen, I was elected. I am certain that some people in this room helped me get elected, so let me say thank you. I see one sitting right there. Thank you very much. But after serving only 4 years on the Circuit Court of Cook County, the Illinois Supreme Court promoted me to the Illinois Appellate Court, and I have sat on the Illinois Appellate Court for the last 8 years. During that 8-year period, I think I've established quite a record. I have written or authored over 700 opinions, orders, and dissents. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, I think you should know that over 80 of my decisions have been highlighted in the Chicago Daily Law Bulletin. In addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that I have mentored students, law students, from John Marshall, from DePaul, from Loyola, and from the University of Chicago Law School. But more than that, since you measure a man not by what he does for himself, but by what he does for others, I have also provided over 22 scholarships for law students. Ladies and gentlemen, I have also been the president of the Cook County Bar Association, and I've been the chairperson of the Illinois Judicial Council. You know, this is Black History Month, and as I go around, I tell people that Martin Luther King once said that the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice. Therefore, he said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That's precisely why I tell people that my moral arc also bends towards justice. Not only my moral arc, but my judicial arc. I always tell people that since I've been serving on the appellate court, while practicing law, I got a chance to represent not only the OJs, but the no-Js. But on the appellate court, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that I am minding the gap. I am making sure that the voiceless, the downtrodden, the poor, and the oppressed have a voice, and that they get all the process they are due. Let me conclude by saying this before I permit you to ask some questions. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in a judge who has served over 38 years as a lawyer and judge, then I'm going to ask you to support me and to punch 120. If you're interested in a judge who, unlike his opponents, who has been found highly qualified by 6 bar associations, I'm going to ask you to punch 120. Finally, let me say this. I am committed to equal justice for all. What does that mean? That means fair and impartial justice where decisions are based on the facts and the law. So if you're interested in the experienced judge who's been found highly qualified and who's committed to equal justice for all, I'm going to ask you to support Justice P. Scott Neville. I'm sitting on that court, and with your vote, I'll be able to continue to sit. I thanked you for voting for me in 2000. I'm going to thank you in advance for voting for me in 2012. Thank you very much.